Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the heart of a lush forest, there lived a young girl named Clara. Clara was a very special girl, for she possessed the gift of miracles. It all began when Clara was just a baby. Her parents had been trying to conceive for many years, but to no avail. They had almost given up hope, when one day they received a visit from an old woman who lived in the woods. The woman told them that if they were willing to take in a child who had been abandoned in the forest, they would be blessed with their own. Without hesitation, Clara's parents took the baby in and raised her as their own. As she grew, it became clear that Clara was no ordinary child. She had a way of making things happen that couldn't be explained. When Clara was 6 years old, the village was plagued by a severe drought. The crops were failing and the wells were dry. The villagers had prayed and begged for rain, but nothing seemed to work. One day, Clara walked into the village square and looked up at the sky. She closed her eyes and held out her hands, and soon the clouds began to gather. Within minutes, a gentle rain was falling, and it continued to pour for days. The villagers were amazed and grateful, and they knew that Clara was the reason for their good fortune. As Clara grew older, her miracles continued. She healed the sick, brought bountiful harvests, and even calmed storms. She became known throughout the land as the Miracle Girl, and people from far and wide came to seek her help. Despite her great power, Clara remained humble and kind. She never sought fame or fortune for her deeds, and she always put the needs of others before her own. She became a beloved figure in the village, and her parents were proud of the woman she had become. One day, a terrible dragon came to the village, destroying everything in its path. The villagers were terrified and didn't know what to do. But Clara stepped forward, fearlessly confronting the dragon. She looked into its eyes and spoke softly, and to the amazement of all, the dragon turned and flew away. After that day, peace and prosperity returned to the village, and Clara's fame spread even further. Kings and queens came to ask for her help, and she always responded with kindness and compassion. As the years passed, Clara grew old and eventually passed away. But her legacy lived on, for her miracles continued to be felt in the village and the surrounding lands. And though she was gone, her spirit remained, a constant reminder of the power of love and kindness.